Fire for Mark since he took over at Blackburn, and with a number of areas giving him concern, Rob. Defence has got to be his priority. 22 goals conceded in 10 league games, simply not good enough, and given the week Liverpool have had, you have to think there'll be more to follow today. I think the four in midfield are important, not only protecting that back four, but also getting in and about Liverpool in that area, because if you give the likes of Herman and Alonso room, they will hurt you. And while goals conceded have been a problem, goals scored is also cause for concern. 2 goals between the front two is certainly a worrying statistic.
Rafa Benitez made 10 changes for the midweek Carling Cup win at Millwall and makes 9 changes for this. Only Hosami and Jimmy Traore, who started the game at the Den, start this one. Hosami, who was suspended for the last league game against Charlton, plays at right back with Steve Finnan further forward because Luis Garcia has been busy travelling home for the birth of his first child, a baby boy, but he is back in time for a place on the Liverpool bench.
Oh, form side at the moment, Rob. Seem to be playing with a lot of confidence and belief. I watched them last week against Charlton. I thought they were outstanding from start to finish, and if they maintain that sort of tempo and quality, I think it'll be too much for Blackburn here today. I thought Xabi Alonso looks to be a terrific signing. He's a playmaker. He's the one that really Blackburn can't afford for him to be spending too much time on the ball. And actually, when you look at them from a striking point of view, 8 different players amongst the goals so far. And Liverpool really are a team now with a cutting edge.
They'll be aware of the results, but whether Liverpool have calculated that a win will be worth a place in the top 4 of the Premiership, I'm not sure. Blackburn won't be too heartened by some of the unexpected results for teams around them at the bottom end of the table, but they are rock bottom at the moment and they need a lift here at Blackburn Rovers. Will Mark Hughes' team do it? Find out after the break.
Foot of the Premiership table, it's back to Brian Marwood and Rob Hawthorne.
Well, despite their midweek win over Millwall, Liverpool still licking their wounds. Milan Baroš admitted he came close to hitting out at Kevin Muscat. Baroš broke his ankle in the league game here last season, and Jamie Carragher has bad memories of that match too, after breaking his leg following a challenge by Lucas Neal, who was sent off for that and red-carded again when the teams met in the Carling Cup a month later. And Neal, of course, used to play for Millwall. Hopefully no overtones from that for referee Rob Stiles, but will he become the first man in 18 months to award Blackburn a penalty in the Premiership? They haven't been awarded one in their last 50 Premiership games. The referee who awarded it, Paul Durkin, has now retired. The man who scored it is no longer here, David Dunn. It's a new frontline partnership from the start for Blackburn Rovers, as Paul Dickoff is paired with Jay Bothroyd. And Blackburn, who've won only once in the Premiership this season, looking for another victory. Jay Bothroyd will hope to provide it for Mark Hughes, who won his debut game here against Portsmouth, but has not tasted victory as Blackburn manager since. Liverpool strikers will fancy their chances against a Blackburn defence that's been leaking goals. 2 hat-tricks against them in the last 2 matches. Jimmy Floyd Hasselbank for Middlesbrough and his old partner at Stamford Bridge, Ida Gudjonsson, for Chelsea a week ago. Here's Sami Hyypiä. Xabi Alonso. Now Milan Baroš, who got a couple having come on as a substitute at the Den in the Carling Cup in the week. This is Barry Ferguson, now Tugai, and this is Jay McEverley, who fractured a kneecap in a loan spell at Burnley last season, and this is his first return to first-team football since. Lucas Neal. Layoff is by Bothroyd. That's Tugai. Hosami. Back from Haman. And a hopeful clearance from Jamie Carragher, which Niels Erik Johansson is underneath. It's Carragher. Xabi Alonso. Now Hyypiä. Despite the other results today, a victory would be good enough to get Blackburn out of the bottom three, and Dickoff here is furious. That's the second time in the opening couple of minutes he's been pulled back for challenges.
Yeah, it's been a little bit unfortunate there, Paul Dickoff. You can see there he gets something on the ball. That's why he was frustrated with Rob Styles, but I have to say Blackburn have started very, very quickly. I'm sure Mark Hughes would have been saying to his players as they were going through the dressing room door, you know, you can't allow this Liverpool side to get into their stride.
Johansson has shown too much of that to Baroš, gets lucky initially. Oh, what a strike that is from Riise.
That was terrific, wasn't it? You thought when he was lining up the strike, why don't you play this to John Riise? When you see the position that Riise is in, he's got the perfect opportunity to capitalise, but Riise, who hasn't really been amongst the goals of late, tries his luck from distance, he isn't far away. Was swinging away from the goalkeeper, Brad Friedel.
Struck through the ball, great technique from Riise to get his shot on target, but Brad Friedel, up against his old club, makes the save. Xabi Alonso with a foul on Jay Bothroyd. Now McKeverley looking to work the angle for Reid, who'd made the move, but it's cleared by Huppier. Now Emerton, lay off by Tugai. McKeverley strokes it out here to Lucas Neal. Huppier facing the threat of Dickoff coming across.
He never gives you a moment's peace, does he, Paul Dickoff? You know, he's always around centre halves and making sure they don't have an easy time. There's not an awful lot of him, but you wouldn't think that was the case, because he really does give you a lot of energy in his performance.
There's that great habit of unsettling even the most experienced of opponents. Ferguson, now Neal. Performances of Barry Ferguson in recent weeks have been the one bright spot for Blackburn Rovers.
There's actually been a lot of speculation that Graham Souness may come and try and nick him from Blackburn Rovers in the transfer window, take him up to Newcastle. He's a very influential player for this Rovers side.
Here's Haman. Now Sami Huppier. This is Hossamy. Ferguson's in there again, picking up the pieces from Xabi Alonso's touch.
That's important play. Barry Ferguson getting about Alonso. You know, because Mark Hughes will have seen enough of Alonso to know you can't give him room.
It's Neal's ball in towards Dickoff. And it all started with Ferguson, who was very much at the source of that move. Now Milan Baroš. He's got away well from one defender, but has to take a corner from the second.
Well, this football match has started at a terrific pace. Both sides looking to break forward very quickly, and this really is a terrific move. And what a ball that is into the danger area, crying out for somebody to get across the defender and convert the opportunity. And Barry Ferguson just shaking his head. It was a fabulous move.
Friedel's kick kept in by Emerton. That's Niels-Erik Johansson. Huppier underneath it with a powerful header. Short meets it in kind. Xabi Alonso away from Tugai, and this is John Riise. And Baroš has found the gap. It's Milan Baroš, and Friedel makes the save.
Oh, what a great chance. And between Brad Friedel and Craig Short, they just about managed to recover the situation. And that was the best ball John Riise could have possibly played in that situation, because if he deliberated, there's no way he'd have found Milan Baroš with that sort of room. In the form that Baroš is in, it needed a good save, and that's exactly what happened.
And Baroš, who's won the corner, will take it for Liverpool. It's a disappointing kick.
He's nice and lively, isn't he, Milan Baroš? He's come back after pre-season, after getting 5 goals in the European Championships, with a lot of confidence. 6 goals so far this season. And when you look at his record overall since he's come to Liverpool Football Club, it's pretty impressive.
5 goals in his last 9 games for Liverpool. That's a great ball from Xabi Alonso to Riise! 1-0 Liverpool, and it had been coming in the 7th minute, and Blackburn's already rocky season has just taken another huge setback.
Well, the warning signs were there moments earlier, but just have a look at the quality of this ball from Alonso. He spots a pass very quickly and he delivers a wonderful ball. All of 30 yards really, diagonal. The Blackburn players are appealing for offside. Fantastic first touch by John Riise, and that's what sets him up for a wonderful finish. We score a great goal against Charlton last week, and that left foot is as good as they come around in the Premier League right now.
It's Riise's first goal away from home since he scored here in a 2-2 draw over 2 years ago. But a Blackburn defence that held out for over half an hour against Chelsea and then conceded a couple of goals that were a carbon copy of each other, has conceded within the first 7 minutes here. It was right to left this time, the ball that did for them.
Well, just have a look there. Certainly it looks as if Baroš is coming back from an offside position. It's very, very tight, isn't it? But I think he's level, John Riise. And that really did enough to confuse the Blackburn defenders. Mark Hughes has made 2 changes in his back 4 today, and they haven't settled. And they've certainly looked a little edgy over the last couple of minutes. But it was a fabulous pass from Alonso. And if you give him that type of room, Rob, he really will hurt you because he's got such great quality.
Well, the Blackburn offside trap undone again. Chelsea pierced it twice within a couple of minutes a week ago to give Ida Gudjonsson 2 similar goals from diagonal balls, and Riise benefited from that wonderful quality service from Xabi Alonso then, and again the offside trap was undone.
Yeah, you know, there really are 6s and 7s at the moment, this back 4. You saw the pass there from Jimmy Traore. At least 2 of those Blackburn defenders are trying to play offside and the other 2 aren't, and that's the problem they've got right now, Rob. You know, if you're going to come out, you've got to come out together. And at the moment, Mark Hughes and Mark Bowen are looking fairly perplexed. And they needed a good start today. They needed something just to settle their side down. You know, they've had 2 hammerings in the last 2 league games. And I suppose Liverpool weren't the side that they were looking to play today, because they know Liverpool of late have been in terrific form and scored lots of goals. So it was always going to be a test for Mark Hughes' team today, and now they've got a massive uphill battle to get back into this football match.
Here's Emerton looking for Reid with a cross, and Carragher taking no chances.
Did very well, Stephen Reid at the far post, just held his position. Traore always reaching, stretching to try and get something on that.
Dickoff comes for the short corner from Emerton and returns it to him neatly. Away by Traore. Back in from 2 guy. Bothroyd looks to make it his.
They very nearly got caught out, didn't they? The set piece, Liverpool. It wouldn't have been for the first time this season. And some very sloppy play. The corner kick taken on that left-hand side, and it was clever play to get Emerton into a crossing position.
And now Blackburn need to demonstrate their powers of recovery for a team low on confidence, low in the Premiership, can't get any lower. And now trailing by a 0-0 here to John Riise. Here's Short. Lucas Neal. Bothroyd tries to help it on, but only helps it on to Hyypiä. Haman, closed down by 2 guy, finds Hossamy. Now Steve Finnan. Riise.
Good play again. And as hard as you might try to close down, if you're passing the ball with that sort of pace and accuracy, it's very difficult to get close to.
Xabi Alonso's free kick comes back at him from Riise. Now Hossamy. Milan Baroš Puts ball in. Oh, but for Brad Friedel, Blackburn could have been 2 down now. It was his save from the Baroš effort before John Arne Riise did break them down.
I've played in situations like this, Rob, and you come out full of optimism, irrespective of your recent form, but you know when you go a goal down, you don't have that belief about getting back into football matches, and that's something now these Blackburn players have got to overcome. You know, we heard Mark Hughes talking at the top of the programme to Guy. You know, it's about leaders out there, it's about people who are prepared to express themselves when things aren't going well, and this is what he's looking for now from his team.
Foul by Emerton.
Steve Finnan and got the nod, that right-hand side ahead of Luis Garcia. Certainly not going to give you the type of play in the final third that Garcia gives you, but he'll be nice and solid protecting Hosemi.
Jamie Carragher. Now Haman. Finnan. Trying to guide it past Kevely, who recovered his ground. Dickoff, 2 Guy. Now Emerton. Xabi Alonso. Now John Arne Riise. Haman to Traoré. Baroš. Haman. Carragher. Hosemi. Cisse made the run. Friedel there ahead of him.
Well, once again, all of Liverpool's possession is coming in that midfield third. I said how dangerous and a threat that the likes of Haman and Lonzo are when they are given plenty of time and room on the ball, and that's where 2 Guy and Barry Ferguson have got to get closer. You know, irrespective of how well Liverpool are keeping the ball, they really have got to stick at it and make it very uncomfortable for them.
Here's 2 Guy. Having to try and hold off Hyypiä. Johansson. Now McKebbely. Helped on by 2 Guy. And then played it against Emerton, who keeps it in and does well. This is 2 Guy. Carragher stepping up on Dickoff. Here's Baroš. Now Cisse. Baroš has made the run.
Well, a better ball and Baroš would have been in. Just noticed when 2 Guy gave the ball away, he's trying to find Paul Dickoff, and Sami Hyypiä won the ball. 2 Guy and Dickoff just carried on their little spat, their verbal spat, and that's really something that Blackburn can't afford to do.
It's Dickoff this time who's found the angle. Emerton pulls across, it's the equaliser, and Jay Bothroyd marks his first Premiership start for Blackburn Rovers with a goal, and a hugely important one at that.
Well, it was actually straight out of the Liverpool book of attacking, because this had pace. And it was nice and cunning the way that they managed to work an opening from Brett Emerton. That's poor defending from Hosemi. You know, he really turns his back on the situation. He half-heartedly puts his arm in the air thinking, is that offside? No, it's nowhere near an offside. And then it was whether Emerton can find the right ball in the box, and he delivers a perfect ball for Jay Bothroyd to simply tap home. And what a wonderful boost that is for Blackburn Rovers, having gone 1-0 down and really been playing second fiddle to Liverpool. They're now right back into this game.
Jay Bothroyd wins some acclaim from the Blackburn fans. Player who started as a promising youngster at Arsenal. Rumours about a difficult attitude there led to a move to Coventry, and he's come here via Perugia. He's on a seasons-long loan, but he's scored his first Premiership goal now. Riise. It's got a deflection off Lucas Neal. Couldn't have come at a better time, that goal for Bothroyd. From Blackburn's point of view. And here's Emerton, who had a big part to play in it. It was Dickoff, though, whose superb ball through to Emerton really prized Liverpool apart. Neal. Reed. Foul by Traore. Free kick.
Certainly upbeat now, aren't they, Blackburn Rovers, having got that equaliser. And Mark Hughes will be absolutely delighted with the response that his side have shown him. Spoke moments earlier, Rob, about who are the players now who are going to stand up and be counted. They were being outplayed, they were being outfought.
Bothroyd helps it on. Dickoff looks to turn. Carragher was in the way.
Would have been better taking that straight away. He was hoping that Jamie Carragher may have got too tight to him, but he could have turned him.
Ferguson. Reed. Dickoff sets off in time. He's onside. Emerton. Now Two-Guy. Ferguson. Two-Guy. Concern for Paul Dickoff.
Paul Dickoff having a couple of opportunities there of sighters, and perhaps he should have taken them a lot earlier. This was the first opportunity he had. A clever little knockdown, wasn't it, from Bothroyd, and he thinks that Carragher's very close to him. And then, once again, another good ball, but just have a look there. We talked about how Blackburn were defending, where players were coming out and looking to play offside, and there was no way that was offside there. Jamie Carragher, who ought to know better, had stepped up. Having a little look at the knock that Paul Dickoff took from Hosami. But there's some poor defending at the moment from both sides.
Traore. Haman. Baroš. Riise. It's Finnan.
That's where they miss a little bit when Garcia's not playing. You can understand why Rafael Benitez has left him out of the lineup today. So he was in such outstanding form last week. I'm sure that we'll see him at some part this evening.
Two-Guy. Lucas Neal. Manchester United's unexpected defeat has opened up the possibility of Liverpool being in the top four of the Premiership tonight with a win here. Blackburn have taken the game on a different course at the moment. Here's Ferguson, shadowed by Haman. Johansson. Two-Guy. Dickoff did well to get in front of Hosami and out-jump him. Traore. This time they have played the offside successfully. Here's Emerton. Ferguson. Neal. Dickoff. Good tackle by Huppier. This is Baroš. Xabi Alonso looking for Steve Finnan, and he's picked him out. A man looks to release Finnan.
Did the hard bit very well, didn't he? Steve Finnan found himself a little bit of space on that right-hand side, and when you're really looking for a little bit of quality, unfortunately he failed to deliver.
Baroš. Solid challenge from Johansson. This is Two-Guy. Now Reid. Ferguson. Neil. Bothroyd. Looking ahead for Dickoff, but it clears him and Hooper.
Wasn't far away. Once again, Paul Dickoff making a very clever run. Jamie Carragher and Sammy Hoopier at times struggling to deal with his movement.
There's Traore. Now Baroš. The man stretching, and Emerton takes it away from him and gets away from Hosami. The man trying to repair the damage, he having been the player who lost out originally, but it's Hoopier who covers.
That was a good job as well, because Hosami there, poor defending. I mean, Brett Emerton just skipped past him as if he wasn't there. And I wondered whether Benitez would bring Hosami back into this side at right back. Well, Steve Finnan did a very good job there last week against Charlton. Decided Hosami, the player he signed, of course, in the summer. He hasn't started particularly well here today.
Under pressure here again from Brett Emerton. He's again reliant on Sammy Hoopier covering. Emerton feels then he was shoved aside by Hosami. Two-Guy. Reid comes central. Ferguson finds Bothroyd, does he? No, just too long.
Certainly celebrating his goal, wasn't he, moments earlier. And I talked about how poorly Liverpool defended. Just have a look at Hosami there. You know, he's playing offside, and he's no real right to play offside. Emerton's just drifted in behind him. And then it was whether he could make a simple task of that ball across the face of the goal. Goalkeeper's no chance. The ball cuts him out. It's the easiest chances for Bothroyd to finish.
Headed back by Lucas Neal. Bothroyd. Emerton. McEverly. The ball. Sunday double of action coming up for you on Sky Sports tomorrow from noon. It's Leeds against Wigan in the Championship, followed later by, not too far from here, Bolton against Newcastle from 3 o'clock. Sky Sports 1. Baroš. Traore, caught by Bothroyd.
It was clumsy more than anything else, wasn't it? And hopefully Rob Stiles has recognised that fact. Not sure whether he's going to brandish a yellow card. Typical striker's tackle, wasn't it? It was late. I don't think there was any real malice intended on the challenge, and a word is suffice.
It's a big chance here at Ewood Park for Jay Bothroyd, who got a reputation in his younger days as being a player difficult to handle.
So I saw a lot of him at schoolboy level, Robin. You and I may well have commentated on a game at Oakwell, where him and Jermaine Defoe played up front for England schoolboys, and you know, he's every bit as good as Defoe. His career has just drifted away. Had 1 or 2 problems at Arsenal. Hopefully that goal give him a lot of confidence, and he couldn't be working with a better coach, really. Mark Hughes knows all there is to know about being a striker. And this will be a good and big learning curve for him here at Blackburn Rovers.
And played in the Premiership before he came here, just a brief spell with Coventry. But it is the first goal that he scored at this level. Here's Johansson. Now Craig Short. Neil. Two-guy. He's staying tight to Bothroyd. He still gets away. Emerton. McKeverley. Now two-guy. Come inside and try. He hasn't really dealt with it. Dickoff. Neil looking to link up with Stephen Reid here. Two-guy. Over to Dickoff.
It's a difficult one for him to take, but once again, Rob, you know, Paul Dickoff showing terrific movement. You know, he just tries to drag the centre-backs closer to the ball, and then as soon as two guys looking to play that ball in behind, he's off. And he's been very difficult to mark.
Emerton's corner, cleared by Haman. Frustrating corner from Emerton, and frustration from the return played to him by Lucas Neal. Riise, helped on by Baroš. Here's Johansson. Now McKeverley. Two-guy. Reid and Emerton have stayed on the opposite sides from which they started the match for now.
Well, we talked about really how well Liverpool started this game, but a lot of credit now to Blackburn Rovers, because not only have they got back into this game, they're beginning to have a little bit of a foothold now, and that'll be worrying Rafael Benitez.
Carragher.
There's a good pace about Blackburn's performance, and when you look at the possession that they're having at the moment, they really are beginning to boss things.
So can they make it count again? They almost hit it through to Emerton, although the flag was up against him anyway. And Baroš here is also offside.
Now that was better. You know, we talked earlier in this game how the Blackburn back four were 6s and 7s, but you know, if you're going to play offside, then you've got to try and do it together, and there's just a little step up by Johansson, just does enough to convince the referee's assistant at that far side that Baroš is offside, and it's a correct decision.
As Bothroyd with a header down, and Dickoff close.
Well, I have to say the Blackburn front two have done brilliant, really, against Carragher and Hyypiä. We have two very difficult defenders to play against, but the header from Bothroyd, you can see what he's looking for. Dickoff bright enough and alert, and very close to getting on the end of that.
Baroš. Finnan. Possibly galloping up to his right. By McKeverley.
Just needed a little bit better play, really, on that right-hand side. I have to say, at times, Finnan has had acres of space to work in. And possibly just trying to double up, make it a 2v1 situation.
It's Finnan's corner. Hyypiä underneath it.
Well done, Craig Short. This is always going to be a difficult one to deal with, and Hyypiä certainly looked favourite there, but Greg Shaw stood firm, strong, which is important against Hyypiä.
Dick off. It's against him by Carragher.
They certainly haven't scored too many goals, have they, the Blackburn strikers? Dickoff got a couple of goals. Jay Bothroyd now finds himself with one to his name. Jonathan Stead has struggled really to recapture the form that he showed last season. Matt Jansen still feeling his way back into some form and fitness. So it's certainly been difficult to get goals for this Blackburn team.
Djurkaert too yet to register. He's on the bench today. Here's Baroš. Milan Baroš! Now Traore. Ferguson got back and then was fouled.
Well, they've got a real problem with Johansson at the moment. He did himself some damage there. And Baroš managed to find some space and some room. You could see there on the floor, Johansson, they were clever enough to exploit that space, Liverpool. And Baroš unleashes a wicked drive with his right foot. And Brad Friedel quite happy in the end of the day just to palm the ball away, but you can't give Baroš that type of room on the edge of the box because he'll punish you. He's in good form of late. And Johansson back up on his feet, but that'll be a big worry for Mark Hughes. Hasn't really got an awful lot of defensive cover on the bench. Andy Todd, of course, he hasn't played too many games.
Todd and McEverley, who's starting today, both having made reserve team comebacks only recently. Here is McEverley. McEverley, who first really came on the scene in the run to the Worthington Cup semi-final 2 seasons ago, particularly in the semi-final itself against David Beckham. Here's Hosami. Now Riise.
Tell you what, Rob, the youngster did well there. Riise looks to have a big problem. He's always going to be a threat when he drifts into wide areas because he is blessed with a lot of pace. And I must admit, when I first saw it, I thought this is a free kick to Liverpool. But he just catches him, doesn't he? And oh, that looked really, really bad when that went down it between his lower left leg, and he was in. Oh, you can see the pain there written all over his face. And that is bad. That really is bad.
Well, Brad Friedel is showing plenty of concern and wants a stretcher immedially, and you can see why. Looking again at that incident.
Looked horrendous, Rob. Really did. It's an innocent challenge. Like I said, I thought it was a free kick against Riise when I first saw him and McEverley trying to get to the ball. It's just the way that his legs seemed to be so awkward as he fell to the ground, and you have to worry when you see sights like that, stretches on the field. And Riise in so much pain. And Garcia stripped and ready for action.
Well, the pained expression of Djibril Cissé told its own story.
Well, it's a horrible thing to say, Rob, but the way that they are attending Cissé, you have to think that is a break. And there's a lot of concerned people around the Liverpool striker right now, and they're clearly using a lot of pain. Signal straight away to the bench. And the way now that they're attending to the situation, you have to fear the worst. Well, this is a player that really is trying to make an impact at Liverpool Football Club.
Player who made an impact right on his debut from the game against Tottenham when he scored.
Well, he came with such a reputation, didn't he? 26 goals last season for Auxerre. A terrific record in the French league. Gerard Houllier, of course, who brought Riise to the club, a big admirer of the Liverpool striker. And you know, you're trying to make an impact at your new club, and certainly now that looks as if he's going to be out for some time.
Well, Luis Garcia will come on in the unhappiest of circumstances for a substitute to take the field for the colleague as badly injured as Riise clearly is.
Well, it was an innocuous challenge, wasn't it, really? It's ironic that he came against James McElvely, who's no stranger to serious injuries himself. And, well, the worst fears now are beginning to look justified with the way that they're attending to Riise. But, of course, Luis Garcia, who was really outstanding against Charlton last weekend, I think will come and play just in that hole between Baroš and the midfield players.
And coming on is Luis Garcia.
Well, the leg has been cushioned for the lift onto the stretcher here for Djibril Riise, as the medical staff take every possible precaution.
It's incredible, isn't it? A fixture like this, that it's thrown up the injuries that it has in recent seasons. You know, we've had Riise. You talked earlier about Jamie Carragher and
Milan Baroš as well.
Milan Baroš, of course, yeah, that missed a big chunk of the season. So that really is a sad exit for Djibril Riise, and our best wishes go to him, of course, for a very speedy recovery.
Indeed. Rafa Benitez just offers a consolatory word, and Luis Garcia on in Riise's place. Here's Dickoff. Now Traore. Hyypiä to Jamie Carragher. Here's Baroš. Riise. Here's Sami Hyypiä.
It's unusual for Liverpool to go that long. They're normally very patient with their build-up, and I think that's testament to how well Blackburn have got to grips with this game over the last 10 or 15 minutes, Rob. You know, we haven't really seen an awful lot of Alonso or Haman just dictating matters in that area, and that's exactly what they were doing early on in this game.
Traore. Baroš. Helped on by Luis Garcia. We're anticipating in excess of 5 minutes stoppage time at half-time through the treatment that had to be administered to Riise. And you wonder what sort of effect that will have on the Liverpool players. There'll be clear concern amongst his colleagues for his welfare.
Yeah, I mean, I think they started so well, didn't they? Of course, took the initiative with the goal, but Blackburn Rovers pegged them back now. The injury to Riise certainly going to have an impact on the Liverpool players for sure. He's a valued member of this Liverpool squad, so they're bound to feel for him, and they'll know the extent of that injury in the way that he was dealt with on the field by the medical team.
There's Xabi Alonso. Now Milan Baroš. Forced into the corner by Johansson.
There's a lot of hard work, doesn't he, Milan Baroš? He really does put a lot into his game. And these games now are coming thick and fast for Liverpool. They've had Carling Cup action. They're going to have Champions League action coming up. Trip to Spain this week. And they haven't got the biggest of squads, Liverpool. So they're going to have to dig deep.
Two-guy. Bothroyd. Now Emerton. Away by Hosami. This is Ferguson. Now Neil.
I must admit, Rob, coming into this game, the form that Blackburn were in, the form that Liverpool were in, when Liverpool went 1-0 ahead, I really was fearing the worst for Blackburn. But full credit to Mark Hughes' players. They really have battled hard to get back into this game, and you have to say they've looked the better side over the last 15-20 minutes.
Two-guy. Here's Ferguson. Now Emerton. Barry Ferguson. Pipia. Now Riise. But let's have an update on that injury to Jibril Cisse from Guy Havell.
Yes, Rob, the news down here is that they think it is a break. Physio Dave Galley has said that he fears that it is. They're going to take him off for an X-ray. Jibril Cisse will go to nearby Blackburn Royal Infirmary, which is just a couple of minutes from here. They're going to do an X-ray on a tibula and fibula, but the fear is that Jibril Cisse has broken his leg.
Sounds like our worst fears confirmed. Short. Johansson.
I'll tell you what, there's one thing, Mark, he'll be absolutely delighted. The type of aggression, controlled aggression, it has to be said, the likes of Paul Dickoff and a lot of his players have shown here this evening. They really have set about their task extremely well. They've not given Liverpool a moment's rest. You know, Barry Ferguson working hard in that midfield area alongside two-guy.
Baroš pulling away at Niels-Erik Johansson.
I'm sure Rafael Benitez can't wait to get his players in at half-time. I think he just needs to settle them down, get them focused again. But they've got to get back to playing football. At the moment, they're just hitting, at times, long, hopeful balls, hoping that Baroš's tenacity will see them get on the end of something. But they possess far more quality than that.
There's Dickoff. Listening with a foul.
Well, it'll be interesting to see whether Rob Styles gives him a yellow card there, because that, to me, looked very silly and cynical by Hosami. I'm saying he hasn't really had the best of first halves, the Spanish fullback, and Rob Styles clearly spotted Hosami just kicking out. He's going to get a yellow card for his troubles. And Paul Dickoff there, you know that the type of player he is, so Hosami has just risen to the bait. He's got involved in something ought not to have had, and he's going to get a yellow card for his troubles.
Here's Short looking for Brett Emerton.
They're beginning to pick Hosami out now as a potential weak spot in that rear guard. And every time Blackburn Rovers get the ball, they're looking to exploit any weaknesses on that side of the defence of Liverpool.
Now McKeverley. Reed. Lucas Neal. Dickoff. Oh, it's broken here for Barry Ferguson. And Reed was in there as well, but Emerton gets his shot away and scores! turnaround at the end of the half. It looked as though the chance had gone, but Emerton finds the bottom corner, and from 1-0 down, Blackburn are 2-1 up.
Well, it's great tenacity by Blackburn Rovers, but I have to say this is woeful defending from Liverpool. And once again, I've got to pick out Hosami, because once Sami Hyypiä, who did very well here to recover the situation, and he just managed to dig a ball out. But look at Hosami there. You're not going to get that sort of time and room in the box. He needs to deal with it much quicker, because you're going to get players, the likes of Emerton, who will be on it in a flash. And it's a very controlled finish, and once again gives Chris Kirkland no chance whatsoever. It's just a plain side foot towards the far post, and he picks out the spot, and the spot finds 2-1 ahead to Blackburn Rovers, and it's a rampant Rovers.
It's Tugai. Reed, and cleared by Sami Hyypiä.
And I have to say, Rob, they want it more than Liverpool at the moment. They're winning all the little 50-50s, the important little knockdowns, and the pace of the Blackburn Rovers performance is far greater than the pace of the Liverpool performance, and that's the difference right now. And every little challenge they're winning, and sometimes they're giving free kicks away, and sometimes they're winning them fair and square. And what they did before the goal was they kept Liverpool under pressure. They didn't give them a moment's peace.
Well, what a turnaround. Inside 7 minutes, it was all gloom and depression for Mark Hughes' team. But Brett Emerton has restored the faith and given them the lead.
Well, I was interested to hear what Craig Shaw had to say before the game. He was talking about how he's been working extremely hard. His fitness levels getting higher and higher under Mark Hughes. And I have to say their fitness levels here today have been absolutely outstanding, because when I saw Liverpool play last week, I thought they were terrific without the ball. I mean, they were brilliant with it, but they were fantastic without the ball, because they hunted in packs and they got the ball back quickly. But that's exactly what Blackburn have done to them today, Rob.
And it's Blackburn in the lead in a match which turned around quite remarkably. Jay Bothroyd cancelled out John Arne Riise's goal to get the Blackburn equaliser. But Brett Emerton has put Blackburn in front just before the break, a half overshadowed by what looked to be a serious injury, possibly a broken leg for Djibril Cissé. It's all gone wrong for Liverpool after it had started so right. It's Blackburn 2, Liverpool 1.
Rob Hawthorne.
Well, Liverpool needed that break to get their heads together after a first half which has completely turned against them. Given such a good start in the 7th minute by John Arne Riise's goal, the whole of the first 45 minutes overshadowed by the suspected broken leg suffered by Djibril Cissé. And with that having happened after Blackburn had already got back into the game with Jay Bothroyd's equaliser, the last thing they needed was to concede another just before half-time. Emerton having scored that. Bothroyd, who scored the first, is the first injury of the second half.
The medical men have been very busy, haven't they, here this evening. Jay Bothroyd, thankfully back up on his feet. Did very well in the first half. Bothroyd, he was a good platform for Blackburn to play off. A lot of ability for a big fella. More than comfortable to get the ball into his feet.
Two guys looking for Bothroyd here. Hyypiä climbs behind him. Cleared by Haman. That's Reed. Corner.
I'm sure Mark Hughes would have been telling his players at half-time, there's a real challenge now for them. Can they maintain this lead? But more importantly, can they maintain that pace and that passion and that power that they showed in the first half? Because that's really what took them in at the interval ahead.
Hansen forward for the corner, as is Craig Short. It's Emerton who takes it. Hansen! Man, finally able to hack it to safety. Strong challenge from Stephen Reed, which has left Luis Garcia down. Liverpool players didn't like it. What was Rob Starr's view?
Well, I think he's genuinely gone for the ball here, Stephen Reed. I don't think there's any real intent. He slid from a long way out, I talked about the passion and the determination these Blackburn Rovers players have shown. Now they've got something to hang on to. They know they need to make challenges like that to upset the rhythm of this Liverpool team. And as long as it's fair and as long as it's within the laws of the game, and if anything, you can be very guilty of taking off with both feet. And I think that's the one thing that incensed the Liverpool players.
One of the 6 red cards dished out to Stephen Reid in his career was shown to him by Rob Stiles, today's referee. Possibly appealing that he was pulled back then by Emerton. Here's Tugay. Now Johansson. Out before it reached Emerton.
Well, Blackburn know that they have to do this really in many respects. I mean, it is a foul, but I'm talking about really the fact that they're unsettling Liverpool. You know, what they can't afford to do is allow Luis Garcia the opportunity to take that ball down and run at their back four.
Here's Fidden. Now Baroš. Baroš can't believe it. The Liverpool fans can't believe it. Well, it should have been a corner.
Well, the referee's assistant is close enough to make the right decision. And Baroš, trying to win a corner, tries to play his way out of trouble. And Johansson was very quick to respond to that challenge.
Riise. There's Hippier. Break short. Ferguson's header that goes awry, and this is John Riise. Now Luis Garcia. On by Traore. Luis Garcia again. Looking for Fidden, cut out by McCavally. It's Xabi Alonso. It's Luis Garcia.
Looks like he's going to give a free kick for the challenge against Alonso. And Rob Stiles just allowing play to try and continue to see whether Liverpool do have a distinct advantage there. You could see it's a challenge on the edge of the box from Johansson. And clearly brings down Alonso. This is a good opportunity here. Alonso, a good technician from this area. Also John Riise with his left foot around the situation. Dietmar Hamann. This is where Brad Friedel really has to be spot on with the wall, to get them organised, to make sure that they stand up and be counted.
They've been told to wait for Rob Stiles' whistle while he measures out the distance of the wall, but they are overloaded with options here, Liverpool. Which of the trio will it be?
Sure whether Brad Friedel can see an awful lot of this ball.
It's Xabi Alonso who takes it, and in the end he can't get it on target.
You can see what he's trying to do with that top corner, but it's such a difficult art really to get this up and over the wall and then down again. Well, it's far too flighted really to trouble the goalkeeper.
Well, he scored with a free kick when Liverpool found themselves 2-0 down against Fulham and staged that magnificent second half comeback. Less of a deficit to overhaul here against the team that started the game rooted to the foot of the table. If it stays this way though, Blackburn will be out of the bottom 3 tonight. Here's Hamann. Xabi Alonso felt that he'd been caught by 2 guys. That move was building up.
It's getting very competitive, isn't it, out there at the moment? A lot of players now, and it's going to be important for Rob Stiles to deal with this game and keep it under control. We saw Baroš there chasing the ball down, and Johansson, it was just stepped across him. But the referee looked straight over to his assistant to see whether he could help him out in the situation. I'm not sure whether the assistant sees an awful lot. And Johansson perhaps feels that maybe Baroš was trying to make the most of it. Well, be very, very careful. They've got a 2-1 lead here. Johansson just spots him out the corner of his eye. I actually think Baroš is trying to con the referee a little bit there. He just throws out his leg as he's going for the ball and trying to win something for his team. And in a week where we've had a number of debatable decisions, and certainly the way in which the Wayne Rooney incident was under the microscope for the best part of this week, I think there's a duty to players really to act very professionally on a football field.
Riise looking to pick out Steve Finnan here. Good progress here from Brett Emerton. Then left with nowhere to go as he was boxed in.
He's done brilliant, hasn't he? Brett Emerton. He's been a real threat on this Blackburn left-hand side. And he's got wonderful power, you know, when he's charging forward. He's proved a great outlet for Blackburn Rovers.
Luis Garcia has sent Milan Baroš away. It's Baroš for the equaliser. 2-2.
Well, Mark Hughes will be fuming. Because one moment they're getting a free kick, and Emerton did brilliantly, really, to take the ball from defence to attack, give themselves some breathing space, and the next minute they're back at them. You know, and this is moments like this which is complete and utter madness, and that's down to inexperience from the young left back McEvoy. And then it's about the quality, not only from the pass but then the finish. And Baroš does brilliantly, really, holding off Craig Short. Short's very powerful. But we mentioned earlier about the form that Baroš is in at the moment. 7 goals this season, and he really has looked a threat every time he's been on the ball. But Blackburn Rovers have only themselves to blame.
Steve Finnan is coming off. Harry Kewell is coming on to take Finnan's place. Kewell, who's scored in Liverpool's last 2 visits here.
Full credit to the manager, Benitez. He wants to win this football match. He sacrificed a defensive midfield player, if you like, for an attacking midfield player. And it looks as if Harry Kewell will play up top alongside Baroš. Garcia will come to this right-hand side, give them width. And this is a big test now for Blackburn. You know, they overcome the issue that they had in the first half when they went 1-0 down. But now, Liverpool drawing level. A positive move by Benitez, throwing Kewell onto the pitch. And how will Mark Hughes' team respond?
Well, one sloppy moment has cost them dear so far. McEvoy's free kick. Here's Short.
I'm just thinking Rob, Mark Hughes would have been saying to his players, just as they left the dressing room at half-time, saying, listen, that first 10 minutes is important. Don't let Liverpool back into this game. Keep it nice and tight. Show the same sort of work rate and determination you did in the first 45 minutes. And then we'll play from there. And then they give away a great opportunity. They have a free kick on the halfway line. And just naivety, really, inexperience has cost them that goal.
Ferguson, Two-guy. Here's Xabi Alonso.
You have to be careful, Two-guy. That's 3 incidents now that he's been involved in. And Xabi Alonso isn't happy. And I think he's just pointing that out, isn't he, to Two-guy. There's a few now that you've challenged me in that midfield third. And the referee once more is giving you the benefit of the doubt. You know, it's not only the first challenge there that Alonso had a problem with, it's actually the second one as well, the way he landed on the Spaniard. And it was a good job it was Two-guy and not Craig Short, because he wouldn't have got up.
Some space here for Riise if he can pull it across.
Just needed a better ball, didn't it? Riise just apologising. Worked themselves a wonderful opening on that left-hand side, and just have a look at the space here at the far post for Harry Kewell. A better ball, and that's 3-2 to Liverpool.
Good improvisation to get that clear from Emerton. This is Tugay. Now Neil. Here's Reed. Dickoff. Inside Stephen Reed. Cleared by Carragher. This is Riise, a man. Kewell. Xabi Alonso.
Well, once again, though, the game has got a wonderful pace to it. You know, people talk about the English Premier League and they sort of say, why is it the best? Well, I don't think you get games like this anywhere else, because the pace has been unrelenting, the determination, the tackles have been flying in, the goals have been a mixture of some poor defending, some wonderful finishing.
Carragher. Now Huppier. Doesn't really deal with him. Riedel does. That's Hosami challenging with Emerton. Now Tugay. It's Bothroyd's layoff that goes astray, and here's Kewell. Riise hits it against Neil. Reed. Neil. Luis Garcia. Emerton. Huppier. Hosami. And Baroš.
He's going to get the benefit of the doubt this time. That's horrendous. You know, he got sent off in his last home game, Tugay, and it's a good job that Milan Baroš is in a conciliatory mood, because that was high, wasn't it, from Tugay?
It's a booking.
That's an awful challenge, isn't it? You know, Baroš does brilliantly, really. And just look at how high Tugay is there. I don't think there's any intent to win the ball. That ball has gone a long way past Tugay before he makes that challenge. It's an awful challenge.
Baroš now under pressure for Paul Dickoff.
He's been excellent, you know, Baroš. He's been everywhere. I talked in the first half, Rob, about his energy levels and a really highly charged performance last week against Charlton. Then again here today, and he's got his rewards. Awful play, really, by Blackburn Rovers, giving the ball away. But this was about Milan Baroš's composure and his strength and his clinical finishing. And he just holds off Craig Short enough, and that's a difficult task in itself. But he maintains a wonderful composure, and he's deserved that goal.
He's really grown in stature since Euro 2004, form that he's carried on into this domestic season. 7 goals now this season. Carragher. Here's Xabi Alonso. Now Kewell. These moments of casual play has cost Blackburn Blackburn so dear, and they'd given it away again. It was two-guy this time, picked up though by Short. Ferguson. Heavily. Away by Carragher, this is Emerton. And cleared by Hosami.
It's certainly been a difficult evening, hasn't it, for Hosami? And not particularly defended well. Emerton's given him a really hard time on that side of the field. And it was an overzealous challenge, wasn't it, from Emerton. Certainly a little bit late, catching the heel of Hosami.
There's Garcia just changing his footwear.
Heavily.
Kuhl. Ready for Hosami. That's Haman. Now Kuhl. There's Xabi Alonso. Two guys sliding across. Got to watch your step now, two guy. Well, how this man needs a goal. John Stead, who couldn't put a foot wrong when he joined Blackburn from Huddersfield at the back end of last season, but he hasn't yet scored this.
A young player still learning the game. He's had a tough time of it this season so far, Jonathan Stead. It'll be a great time now to come into this football match and make an impact.
The man who's already made a goal-scoring impact on the evening, Jay Bothroyd, is a player being replaced. Bothroyd has got his first goal for Blackburn. Can Stead, who hasn't scored in his last 13 since the winner against Manchester United in May, get off the mark for this campaign? Riise's header, now Traore. Dickoff has won it for Stead. And got caught by Traore.
Well, that's a poor challenge as well. And I'll be surprised if Rob Stiles doesn't book Jimmy Traore. It looks as if he's going to let him get away with it. It really was a wild lunge. You're giving the ball away, really, Traore. See there, it's a late challenge on Paul Dickoff. I think he's a little bit fortunate there, Traore, to escape.
Baroš earlier, maybe the tackler helped by the reaction of the victim. Dickoff straight back into the middle with no fuss, and it's Ferguson's kick. He should be there to clear. Traore, that's two guys shot, and it's broken back here to Milan Baroš, who's got Luis Garcia up to his left. It's Nil battling back there with him, but he's away from him. Brilliant run. Well, in the end, McKevely got it away, but they were struggling to contain him then.
Fantastic run, wasn't it? I'll tell you what, the manager Benitez should take a huge credit, because he was shouting for Baroš not to go too deep and to get himself a little bit further up that field. And that little situation there very nearly created a goal for his striker. And McKevely, well, said that naively giving the ball away that resulted in Baroš getting that equaliser really did redeem himself well in that situation.
Here's Harry Kuhl. Trying to get round McEverley this time. Looking for Riise at the back. And Neil slides across.
Well, Liverpool players feel this should have been a corner. Harry Kewell getting onto his right foot, looking for Riise at the far. If there's any deflection, it's a slight one off McEverley.
Quarter of the game left, and it's still evenly balanced. Headed by Stead. A momentary loss of control from Brett Emerton. Here's Luis Garcia. We're with Liverpool again this week in Europe. Latest Champions League game against Deportivo, live on Sky Sports Extra, Wednesday from 6 o'clock. And night, of course, when you'll have a choice of viewing of the Champions League action through the red button on your Sky Digital remote. Here's Xabi Alonso. And Stead came back this time, took him down, and he's only just on the field, but he's already going to see a card.
Well, the way the conditions are, you know, it really does allow players to go and slide and make challenges like that, and it's certainly a little clumsy, isn't it, from Jonathan Stead. Hasn't been in the game that long. The first real action. It's brought him a yellow card. And Mark Hughes' side at the moment just giving away unnecessary free kicks, and it's allowing Liverpool to have the possession, and it's that sort of possession that potentially will lead to goals, and Mark Hughes' side will be hoping they can be a little bit more disciplined.
Neil's header away. That's Luis Garcia. Here's Milan Baroš. Control with the arm.
Yeah, good decision. Good decision from the referee. Spotted it very early. Milan Baroš does have a tendency to control balls in this sort of fashion, and there's clearly a handball there. The referee spotted it, blew very quickly. Really is up for grabs, isn't it, this football match?
Carragher going to turn away from trouble posed by Dickov. That's Hupia. Now Traore. Here's Haman. Ferguson. Now Emerton. Reed. Lucas Neal. The cross touch cut out by Riise. There's Xabi Alonso, now Luis Garcia. Stead. Given away to Haman. Given away in turn to McEverley.
Neither side want to keep the ball at the moment, Rob. And once again, Tugay involved in the situation.
Tugay, who was sent off in the last home game and is already on a yellow card here.
Well, this time Baroš is furious with him. I'm not sure whether he makes an awful lot of contact, actually, but he's going to have to be very, very careful, Tugay. I'm not sure whether the referee is going to give him the benefit of the doubt much longer. And he's doing the right thing, he's having a word with him. I'm not sure how much Tugay is going to take notice of the referee, but he's doing the correct thing, Rob Stiles.
Well, it's a final warning for Tugay, who was sent off against Middlesbrough here. Baroš. And Luis Garcia.
Just had the stare, hasn't he? Just had the stare from Johansson to Garcia.
Hupia. Kewell. stopped by Reed. Emerton. It's a great run from Emerton.
They're brilliant. They're brilliant. We talked about the powerful running of Brett Emerton. He really has given Fossamy a torrid time down this side of the pitch. Just see there, it's just pure aggression to try and get into that final third. Great determination. Unfortunately for him, he just runs out of space.
Showing the sort of quality for Blackburn that's been in evidence with Baroš for Liverpool in bulldozing his way through. Luis Garcia. Baroš leaves it this time. Harry Kewell.
Measured, wasn't it? Knew exactly where he wanted to put this, Harry Kewell. Clever play from Liverpool. Good little over from Baroš. He's obviously got the call from Kewell. Kewell measures his situation well, looking to try and bend it into that top corner. Only one for the cameraman, wasn't it, for Bothroyd?
Stead. What a shot!
Oh, great strike, good save. Actually thought when he opened the opportunity up for himself, he was going to try and go far post. I think he maybe tries to catch out Chris Kirkland there by going near post. He really does strike it well. And that's certainly not the move or the strike of a player lacking any confidence at the moment.
Save from Kirkland, but a moment to lift John Stead's spirits. Emerton's corner goes long and Traore concedes another.
This really could go either way, couldn't it? Well, both sides having plenty of chances. A lot of good football, a lot of mistakes.
Reads ball across. Riise meets it. Now Baroš. And a man aiming to set Baroš away, but it was too long for him. This is Ferguson. Johansson. Starting at the back of McEverley. Now Neal. Emerton. Really in to find Dickoff. A man. Neal. Ferguson. This is Emerton. Lined up for two guy. He can hit a sweet one if he gets the opportunity. It's Emerton.
That's a difficult one for the goalkeeper to take. Just about to bounce in front of him. The strike from Emerton. Two guy did brilliantly on the edge of the box. And Liverpool frantically trying to defend, making sure they don't concede another goal. It was a decent strike from Brett Emerton. It was an awkward one for Kirkland to take, but he dealt with it very comfortably in the end.
Well, all the points that Mark Hughes Blackburn have earned this season have come here at Ewood Park, in stark contrast to last year when they had a better record on the road than here.
This will be a game that he just won't want to lose, Rob. You know, they've been in a winning position. They've been pegged back now from Liverpool, so it's important going into the last 15 minutes. They don't concede anything else.
They've had some tough fixtures. Theoretically, an easier period coming up, although it never works out that way. Ferguson is forced off the ball by Xabi Alonso.
His arm was very high here, Alonso, as he came to make the challenge against Barry Ferguson. Did brilliantly, didn't he, Barry Ferguson? Worked hard. You can see it's almost a rabbit punch Alonso catches him with. The referee can't see that, so he's really looking for some help from his assistant. And he don't think he gets that help. Well, that looks a punch. Well, it looks as if he's escaped the yellow card. Xabi Alonso. He's a very fortunate young man.
Johansson's free kick. Concedes the corner. It's Emerton who takes shot off the line. Cleared by Hupia. Johansson.
Well, it's been lively throughout, but Craig Short was wheeled away. He thought he'd scored, but full credit to Luis Garcia. That's what you want your player on the line to do. Make sure that he's covering that post. Chris Kirkland's got no chance whatsoever. It's a powerful header. And all the Blackburn players and the bench were up. They thought they'd scored. They thought that was the winner. And it didn't count for Luis Garcia. Been in the right spot for Liverpool. The danger is still not over.
Stephen Reid might attempt to demonstrate here in the free kick. Played across to Neil. Hupia tries to get rid of it and doesn't. Dickoff, shot saved. Vital stop from Kirkland.
Chris Kirkland may well have just earned his side at least a point, because Paul Dickoff, no more than 3 or 4 yards out. They went to sleep here. Didier Man should have broken far earlier. And it's point blank. And Chris Kirkland is an imposing figure, and he had to be imposing there because Paul Dickoff thinks that he has got the winning goal. And we saw moments earlier there that Liverpool now have survived 2 Blackburn chances.
Some last gasp defending that's keeping Liverpool in it at the moment. And the pressure is all coming from Blackburn. This really has been a performance to lift their spirits. It's Emerton looking to get through here. Carragher gets it to safety for now with Luis Garcia, and her man gets rid of it, but Baroš is offside.
Yeah, it's anywhere will do at the moment for Liverpool. Such is the pressure that Blackburn Rovers are going in search of the goal, and a long way offside. And no real surprise that Rafael Benitez is making this change, because they need to get a grip of this game.
Salif Jau stiffen their resolve. He's going to come on very soon. It's Johansson's kick. If you're away, this is Luis Garcia. Short. Now Traore will take the throw. Well, the change will happen now. It's Dietmar Hamann coming off. And Salif Jau, who started in the week at Millwall and scored, coming on for the last 10 minutes.
Liverpool substitution.
Well, I'm not surprised at that substitution, Rob, because the man was a little bit off the pace over the last 20 minutes or so. So they needed to stiffen that area. And Blackburn Rovers have played very well. I wondered how they would recover. The fact that the equaliser for Liverpool, what sort of impact that would have on Mark Hughes' side. But once again, they've lifted themselves, they've responded. And they could quite easily have found themselves 3-2 ahead. 2 excellent chances, one cleared off the line, and one great save from Chris Kirkland.
Jab. Here's Short. Now McEverley. Johansson. 2 guy. Hossamy. Now Johansson. Two guy. That's Hupia. There's Garcia going all the way back. Here's McEverley. by Carragher. Baroš. Luis Garcia, this is Kuhl. Now Hosami. Salif Jow. Emerton. Ferguson. Two-guy. Emerton again. And he's picked the right option, it's Reid with space ahead of him. Now Neil. It's a disappointing end product. Salif Jow gets something on it. Two-guy. Hooked away by Short.
Tell you what, Rob, there's a lot of tired legs out there, and because of that, there's a lot of mistakes being made. One thing that both managers will be hoping for is that those mistakes don't cost goals.
Two-guy. Neil.
Baroš.
Kuhl. Here's Traore. First touch from Jimmy Traore, always left him struggling.
Well, he worked hard, didn't he, to get himself into the final third. Unfortunately, couldn't find a little bit of quality to skip past the defender.
Less than 6 minutes to go, and this is a very encouraging result. Too many times it's Blackburn who've been beaten this season rather than the Drum, especially on their travels where they haven't won a single point away from home. But here at Ewood Park, it's a different story. And this will be a very creditable result from what looked an imposing fixture. Was offside originally. Riise claiming that Neil led with the arm.
Well, it's certainly been very competitive, hasn't it, this football match? A little bit of history between these two sides over recent seasons. Well, we've had a terrific game. We mustn't forget the injury to Djibril Cissé. A confirmed break, and Liverpool are going to certainly miss the goal-scoring threat of Cissé and what he brings to this team and football club. And certainly cast a shadow on this football match. Otherwise, there's been an absolutely terrific entertainment.
Be the final twist of a winner. Short's ball is long. Carragher didn't need to deal with it. Took the frustrated there, putting the pressure on, but it's a sign of the edginess that's there.
Well, I'm not sure what was going through the mind of Jamie Carragher there. It seemed as if Chris Kirkland had given him an early enough shout. He wasn't under pressure. He could quite easily have just let this go back to the goalkeeper, and elects to head the ball. It could have been costly.
Slides Johansson, Salif Jow, Baroš, Luis Garcia, now Kuhl. Riise up to his left. Riise scored one already. Saved by Friedel. Luis Garcia goes for the rebound.
Well, we've seen two excellent saves at either end of the field. The first one, we were complimenting Chris Kirkland, but this is just as good. Riise works himself a wonderful opening, doesn't he? Fooled Lucas Neil very well. The angle's not the best, but he really does get hold of it. It certainly knocks Brad Friedel to the ground. Such was the power of the strike.
Baroš. Here's two-guy. Reed. Away to Luis Garcia. Retrieved by two-guy. Hippier. And Jimmy Traore. Jimmy Alonso looking for Luis Garcia. Hippier. Salif Jow. There's Xabi Alonso. Harry Kewell. Luis Garcia. A bit of deflection.
I actually think this is an important deflection, Rob, because I don't think this would have been too far away. Gets it onto his favoured left foot, cuts inside McEverly, and that just does enough just to loop the ball a little bit higher than what he's looking for. But if that was 6 or 7 inches lower, then I think that would have gone in.
Just over a minute to go. Baroš with a corner and Reed with a header away. Back in from Kewell. Now Jamie Carragher looking to turn.
There's a fabulous ball in from Baroš from the corner. Both managers have been very pensive during the course of this evening. Mark Hughes will look back on this game and think perhaps it was a missed opportunity. And no disgrace if they do get a point from this. But could quite easily have been 3 points, because the fact that they gave the ball away, it cost them the equaliser, and then having two great chances. The first one cleared off the line, the second one an excellent save from Chris Kirkland.
Neil. Chow. There'll be 2 extra minutes.
There'll be
Right side to
2 minutes of time added on. That's
try and score a
2
winning goal.
minutes.
Reed has lost out to Harry Kewell here. He's got Baroš in support to his right. Two-guy got back and at least delays it with a corner.
Oh, he did well, didn't he, Two-guy? Recover the situation. Harry Kewell bearing down on goal. Perhaps should have played the pass to Baroš. They will have been in a better situation. Some defending to do now, the home side.
The team rock bottom of the table at the start of the day. Last thing they need now is to concede a goal that would keep them there. Stead has dealt with the initial corner from Luis Garcia. Oh! Neil got a touch to it as it whipped across, and it's another kick.
Oh, it could quite easily have gone anywhere, couldn't it? It's a really wicked ball for the Blackburn defence to deal with. And Lucas Neil there. It's a great one to flick on, wasn't it? Near post.
Baroš's corner. More comfortably dealt with that time. Traore. Xabi Alonso. Will there be one last chance for Liverpool? Baroš's header across is clear. Traore. Johansson. Here's Jow. Hippier. It's Luis Garcia's ball in towards Jamie Carragher. Harry Kewell!
Tell you what, Rob, how far was Sammy Hoopier off converting that chance? It was a difficult one. Good pressure from Liverpool. Harry Kewell does the right thing. Back across towards the far post. Oh, that really was a very, very close and marginal whether Hoopier was going to get on the end of that.
Looks like they're going to have to be content with a point each. Blackburn Rovers off the bottom. A creditable result for Mark Hughes' team, but it might have been so different. Despite a bad start when they went a goal down inside 7 minutes through John Arne Riise, Blackburn then moved into the lead. Jay Bothroyd equalising, and then before half-time, Brett Emerton putting Blackburn ahead in a dreadful 45 minutes for Liverpool, which saw them lose Djibril Cissé with a broken leg. But Milan Baroš, 8 minutes into the second half, got the equaliser after a naive free kick from Jay McEvolley gave the ball away. So it finishes 2-2, Brian.
Yeah, terrific, entertaining football match. Lots of chances at either end, and plenty of strikes on goal. I thought Baroš was absolutely outstanding. I thought, as well as his work rate, that young man will learn from the experience that he's gone through. McEvolley, of course, gave the ball away, and it resulted in an equaliser. Van Friedel made a save. Chris Kirkland made some wonderful saves also, but I'm sure both managers on reflection will probably think that the draw was a fair result.
Blackburn could even have won it short, having a header cleared off the line and a couple of good saves too late on from Kirkland. But it has finished at Ewood Park, Blackburn 2, Liverpool 2.
Thanks to Rob and Brian, that really was a terrific game of football. Well done to both sides, and we can only hope